Hey Froggy friends, Kirostyle here, welcome back to Star Ocean, the Divine Force, Leticia route. In this video, we're gonna recruit Theo into our party because Theo is not recruitable in Raymond's route, and then we'll go into space and see how the cutscenes differ with him in the party. Also, just of note, very recently they released a patch for Star Ocean, the Divine Force. You can see the version is now updated to 1.03, and they fixed a few things with the game, and a few of these things were things that I was complaining about. It only took like nearly 2 playthroughs for them to finally fix it. So one of which is when characters leave the party temporarily and rejoin, they won't unequip their accessories, because that was so annoying with the frequency that people leave and rejoin your party, and every time you have to redo their accessories, and the accessory menu is annoying to access to begin with. So that's a nice quality of life change, although again, a little bit late. The other thing they changed is they made it so Nina actually heals more. Apparently, she wasn't healing enough. Who would have thought? And I thought that maybe her AI was just dumb, or maybe I was doing something wrong. Apparently, it was just a thing. So they made it so Nina will do more healing actions, so that's good. And they made it so you can scan while, or like do a Duma scan on the field while you're walking instead of stopping to do it. I always forget to use the Duma scan anyways, so not super useful for me, but definitely a nice quality of life change. They also adjusted that boss battle with the bird that Lola summons on top of Mount Corinth, and gosh, that fight was so annoying. That's the fight where they teach you how to do vatting, except the first time I played it, I didn't even get a chance to vat at all because it takes too much time to fill up the vatting gauge. Apparently now that battle you'll start at 90% vatting when the battle begins, so you'll be able to do it right away. And they also adjusted the bird's weaknesses. You guys wouldn't have seen this if you're watching this on YouTube, but on stream when we did the Leticia route, when I challenged the bird for the second time on this playthrough, I thought it was going to be just as easy as the first time. I mean, it was annoying the first time with Raymond, but with Leticia, it was so annoying because I brought a different party. I was trying to use Midas, but I didn't teach Midas enough good spells because I was focusing on getting him to learn Fast Cast level 10. So basically, like, half my party was useless. They weren't able to hit the bird at all, and I was playing with Leticia, who also has a harder time hitting the bird than Raymond for some reason. So I was able to do the vatting like 3 times, even though on Raymond's route I didn't even get to vat once against the bird. So, and the bird kept dodging all my attacks, and it was just really annoying. So apparently they've adjusted that fight so it's easier, so maybe there was a problem with it, I don't know. But since you're watching this on YouTube, this is actually a collection of clips across multiple streams covering my Star Ocean Leticia playthrough, so this new update, 1.03, doesn't take effect until about halfway through this video, basically after we head into space. So if I think I might mention a couple times when we're recruiting Theo, complaining about people getting their items unequipped and re-equipped and stuff like that too. Since that gets fixed, it might not make sense until you realize that the patch was actually partway through this collection of clips. Anyways, I thought that'd just be kind of interesting to bring up since it is relevant. I didn't think they would come up with a patch for this game, especially a couple months, well, not a couple months, like, yeah, actually almost 2 months or a month and a half after it came out. So that's kind of nice, but also a little bit of a surprise. Anyways, let's get on with the video. Thank you so much for watching.
Princess, if I may speak with you about Theo.
Aha!
What of him?
Apparently, he is in the dungeons.
What?
Duke Lambert was returned to the cells after the battle with Baldar and the Imperial capital. Theo may harbor some lingering feelings.
I wonder if we cannot convince him to join us on our journey.
If the request is worded strongly enough, then perhaps.
Our kingdom needs his strength now, as much as it does mine. Let us go speak with him.
If you have any other unfinished business, it would be wise to take care of that as well.
True, it would not be right to keep Ray and the rest waiting. We should return to our chambers and rest once we have finished our errands.
Albert, why are you still at 1 HP? Where is he? I mean, this was the room he was in earlier. I was kind of expecting his dot to have a special marker. Oh, there's a chest. Right, because Leticia hasn't been here.
How exquisite.
I guess I might as well rest in the bed here.
Best not turn down a chance for rest.
Stay at the inn, no rest. No meal.
How exquisite.
I didn't mean to say no rest, I meant to say no meal. No cost. Oh, the switch is on the other side. Right, I forgot there's switches that need to be turned on here.
Initiate.
Wait, why are there still enemies down here? You guys not clean up your castle? Ow, stop hitting me! There goes all my AP again.
More than you deserve.
Why are there still corpses wandering around inside this dungeon?
Not with my promise left unfulfilled.
Exquisite.
It's so weird.
Enemies.
We
Dead
shall
ahead.
prevail.
No, this is where we found Theo.
Threats neutralized.
Press on.
Is he in here? You're not Theo. Alright, I'm going this way. These hallways are so tight.
We have company.
I'm not gonna bother.
Prepare for the worst.
Junk. Hi, Theo. Wait, you locked yourself up? I thought you were visiting your dad.
Here for a visit?
Cousin Theo, what are you doing confined here?
No explanation is needed. A better question would be why you allowed a key perpetrator in the coup d'etat to remain outside these bars until the end.
Yeah, I
of
let
the
Lola
war.
run around.
Well, that was in the past. We are now in need of your aid.
With what has become of Boldor? Letty, I understand your plight, but ask you to leave nonetheless. I am of no use to you now.
These are no ordinary times. If you wish to redeem yourself of your involvement in the coup, how better than by obedience to your princess?
You too. You seem to suggest it was only Letty and the king my father and I betrayed. Our actions caused sedition among the ranks, ending the lives of many a soldier. By our command, Osirian brothers in arms spilled one another's
At least he's
blood.
not blind to that.
Freeing me from this cell will only act as salt in the wounds of this kingdom, which has only now begun to heal.
Cousin.
Know that in any other circumstance, I would not hesitate to fight at your side in such unprecedented times as these. But as it stands, my presence would not serve either of you, nor Ray and the rest. Please, forgive me this.
Surely there must be some way we might make use of Theo's immense capabilities.
I find myself in agreement with his fears. I suggest you reconsider such aspirations.
But he says himself he wishes to fight to defend us. Perhaps I had best speak with my father. He may offer us insight.
Can I open this?
I understand your plight, but ask you to leave nonetheless. I am of no use to you now.
Is Lumbear in here? Hi.
Show him some compassion, if you would, Princess Leticia. You alone can help him redeem himself.
Who's in this cell?
exquisite.
Oh, you. Wait. When I last played Raymond's route, we last saw Canis. When I go back to the ancient coil, he's just standing around in town. When did he get out then?
Her Highness makes for the stars. Surely that is no concern of mine.
So he must get out sometime between us going to space, but they'd never address it? Well, that's weird. Wait, who's in... Oh, okay. I was misreading the map. I thought there was another cell. Who's over here?
They will regret their experience.
Is there some random NPC who's like trapped here because of all the corpses blocking their way out?
More than
Live
you
to fight another
deserve.
day.
Yeah, he's just hanging out here. Oh, this goes to the courtyard. Oh, I can't actually use this. This is only for the story. I mean, at least they're addressing the fact that Theo shouldn't be walking around and getting off scot-free. And they're making you do something about that. But again, with Lola, it doesn't really... I mean, I guess it's because less people know about her. Like, if she walked around town, no one would know that she's an enemy. But everyone knows who Theo is. Although everyone probably thinks Theo saved Leticia, because that's what he did in the public's eye, at least. Although the Knights would probably know differently. Again, it's a complicated situation, but they like water it down for the sake of...
Best get some rest once all matters are attended to.
For the sake of the game.
You must be exhausted. Might I suggest you get some rest?
You will always have a home here. Your subjects, and all of us in the castle, will be waiting to welcome you back with open arms.
I thought we were supposed to ask you... Oh, here we go.
I am here in regards to Cousin Theo.
You would see him released, I presume.
It would serve greatly to have aid of one familiar with ongoings of the worlds above. Lola led our foes, but is she not now offered some freedom in return for her allegiance?
You must see the disparity twixt their crimes. Even were our people to forgive his transgressions, I do not believe Theo would forgive himself.
That may well be true.
I do not believe forgiveness alone will suffice.
Meanwhile, Lola's like, whatever, I do what I want.
His guilt will not relent until he hears from the very people he believes himself to have betrayed. Not only His Royal Majesty and Captain Bertrand, but the knights who refused to side with the Duke during the coup as well.
Wise words. What you ask for, however, is no mere pardon, Leticia. But there may yet be hope. Give it time for now. These are official royal orders. They command Theo to aid you in whatever you might ask.
I do not imagine this alone will suffice.
Nor is it meant to. 3 others are to sign these orders. Each a representative of those impacted by his transgressions. I ask you first seek Melthea, a director of the Semiomancy Consortium. A letter addressed to her is included.
I have not seen
therein.
Melthea interact with Theo very much.
Melthea shall come to her own decision in regards to Theo.
Very well, Father. And the
So maybe
remaining
Bertrand is the other one?
Melthea herself shall inform you of the second.
Oh, so they have to do them in order.
The third, I imagine. Once you have acquired
There aren't that
the
many named
signatures,
NPCs. One of them has to be
Theo may
Bertrand.
compelled to action.
I don't know who the other would be.
I pray it be so.
Lots of random
Thank
NPC.
you for this, Father.
Young Theo may well be the first and longest suffering victim of this conflict. See the boy saved from that our kingdom has wrought upon.
See, they keep saying that, but I don't really know why. It felt like he only did this because of his father.
You will always.
And he was conflicted because he's friends with Leticia, but Why was he suffering the whole time? Besides, I mean, obviously being torn between the two, but like his suffering compared to like Neon's suffering, probably not the same. Or Baldur, or Gerard.
Oh, what I would give to travel the stars. Oh, no, I jest. I could never abandon my directorial duties. Princess Leticia, what is that missive? You see... Orders from His Royal Majesty? Well, let's have a look then, shall we? His Majesty wishes to see Commander Theo serve Your Highness in Raymond. I see. I admit, I'm not entirely sure whether to call his methods prudent or perfidious. By which you mean? Have you not read the contents yourselves? Oh, I was under the impression such was meant for your eyes only, Director. His Royal Majesty's orders are officiated if and only when signed by 3 of differing circumstance. First, by one who faced oppression at the hands of Duke Clemrath, one who, until only recently, remained an outcast and stands as the kingdom's lead semiomancer. That would be me. The king inquires if I might pardon Theo in the name of my fellow semiomancers.
That's a pretty tall order for you to just do
Director
without holding a big
Malthea.
meeting.
A moment, please.
Well, I guess that's the meeting's happening here.
I harbor no grudge for the commander. In fact, I believe us in need of his talent in the times ahead. As such, I have added my signature. Do tell Commander Theo that
I figure Malthea would be very
he has my support.
pragmatic.
Gladly. Next, you should speak with Captain Bertrand. I have included my
I was just
reasoning
standing next to him,
for
though.
him to contemplate. Very well. Many thanks,
He was right
Director.
next to the king. I could have just asked him on the same journey. Also, while I'm at it, I wonder... I have never checked out Malthea's entry. Is there... I've never actually checked this entire tab before. If I want to read it, I guess you guys can pause the video. Seems like just expanded versions of what we read on the loading screens. These are different character, like, pose for their models, though. Again, there aren't that many named NPCs. Again, Theo does not look like a knight. Like, his... From the waist down he does, from the waist up he does not. Like, I'm sure some of this stuff gives you extra insight on the characters that is not mentioned in the game. But I'm not going to read it all. Why is Lola's entry is much shorter than the others? Oh, Welch, of course. Well, here, I want to check if it says anything about her age or something. I mean, I know she's older than she looks, but... Oh, during the War with the Empire, Lambert saw to it that the consortium had little in the way of resources. Although she looks incredible for her age, she worries that her youthful appearance lacks a dignity for her position. So that's just a character trait of hers, I guess. Oh, Emerson's here. With his old model, though. Because I know he's like a grandpa now, but they just still have his... Oh, Bunny! Scorpium. The Trathan. Burgoldians. Earthlings. Virians. Organic life forms, inorganic life forms, the pale ones, sailors. Wait. Why does the Gigatoad have... Oh, it's like the bosses of the game. The Gigatoad's considered a boss? I would not have guessed that. Scum-controlled golem. Okay, the mother worm. Midas's cannons. The bird. Wait, how come it stops at the bosses there? There's definitely bosses we fought after the bird. I guess most of them were humans. Okay, interesting. I'm surprised they had a picture of Emerson. Especially since it was Emerson from Star Ocean 5 and not like a... I mean, I didn't expect them to have a recent Emerson, like actually model his grandpa self, but then why include a picture at all, I guess? Okay, well that was interesting, I guess. Who could the last person be? I doubt it's Clemrath himself, or like Lambert, I mean.
Best get some rest once all matters are attended to.
Still can't believe you made me walk to the consortium and back.
What is this document?
You see,
Given Commander Theo's disposition, I can see why His Majesty would choose a tactic such as this. A moment, please. Commander Theo's betrayal of our kingdom is an undeniable truth. As undeniable as his change of heart when confronted with the error of his ways. Tell the commander his service to both the princess and the kingdom shall see him redeemed in my eyes.
you have my thanks, Captain. And the third signature?
Know you of Captain Girdle?
Captain Girdle.
Is that the guy
I'm
from the
afraid I
side
do
quest
not.
that died?
Girdle sprang into action to take charge of the Corps when the insurrection left us in dire need of such men. He has little experience as a
Okay,
leader,
I don't think that's him.
but he is a talented military man, not
I think that was
lacking
another
in
guy that started with a
devotion.
G.
Very well, then. I shall seek out this captain and request his signature.
But I would warn you, he is not wont to offer it as easily as Director Melthea or myself.
Oh.
Girdle once served under Duke Clemrath. Once the coup began, he fought to defend the royal palace from Neon's forces and the Duke himself. We would be mourning far greater loss were it not for his efforts. But Girdle lost many men in his fight to protect us all.
I shall keep that in mind. Do you know where he might be?
You will find him in Kato. He is serving in Commander Theo's stead at the garrison there.
Then we make that way post-haste.
Oh. I wonder if we... Well, at the end of the game, when I was wandering around as Raymond, Theo was in the castle. So... was this Gerthel guy in Kato, or does he just not exist in Raymond's route? I guess I never checked. Not that it really matters. I also wonder if he gets added to our glossary then. Probably not. At least this isn't like JJ's, where it was like a fetch quest and I had to go and fight those same enemies in that same dungeon over and over again. I'd much rather go around and just talk to people. Although it's annoying that this doesn't get actually marked as a side quest on my waymark. He's just a generic knight. Oh, he actually has a face.
Princess Leticia, Sir Bergholm. Had you only sent word, I might have come for you myself.
Captain Gertel, we come to you with matters of great import we wish to discuss.
I am ever at your service.
I have with me a document from my father, from the king, which I hope you might give your attention. This is in regards to former Commander Theo Clemrath.
I see what the king means to do. I doubt Director Melthea and Captain Bertrand penned their names to this out of favor for the man.
Then...
However, the fact remains that Theo Clemrath betrayed the royal family. I imagine you are well aware of the impact his release might have on our populace, Your Highness.
Yet still, we are all in need of the services he can offer us in these trying times.
It was cowardice and fear of the Empire that led Duke Lambert to turn on the kingdom. Many of my friends and companions were lost to that man's disgraceful, unknightly behavior. Have you the words to console them?
I do not. But our enemies do not yet permit us time to heal the hearts of those betrayed. We are in dire need of those who fought the Empire on the front lines. Those few who now know of the world above.
This guy doesn't know about the Sea of
Forgive my
Stars.
effrontery, Your Highness, but your words here do dishonor to those who fought tooth and nail to defend your family.
Indeed they may. Surely, you find my position disheartening. But such feelings of despair, of anger, they mean nothing until we find our nation and our greater world at peace.
I struggle to comprehend.
Having now made for the stars above, Baldur possesses an unimaginable power. Captain, we have seen well enough already how effortlessly he could reduce our kingdom and our people to rubble. Should that come to pass, the anger you harbor towards myself and the former commander will have been meaningless. Captain, if you seek to unleash your anger on Theo and I, cement your right to do so by signing this. I swear to you, I shall see us to days of peace, in which you may at last make your feelings known.
Captain Bertrand, warned you were apt to cast aside all refute in such times. I am sworn to the defense of the royal family, but I cannot fulfill such duty if you take Theo Clemrath beyond our watchful eyes. Should he betray you once again, I must know that no harm will befall you, even in my absence.
No?
Respectfully, Your Highness, I ask we spar.
Oh, I wasn't expecting that.
Very well. I will have my companions stand down then.
I wasn't expecting the spar. Wait, we're just gonna do it on the street?
Come,
Seems...
test me however you see fit.
Okay.
Steady, everyone!
At least let me have more AP. Hey Aru, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for coming by. He forgot that I have Duma.
Keep up!
He has a lot of HP. Oh no, actually no he doesn't. He's not really attacking me though. Oh, I couldn't blindside him, there's not enough space.
I shall...
Assault. Warning. Energy levels low.
I'll knock you into the harbor.
Bleed!
Perimeter secured.
I'm surprised Albert didn't speak up.
Pray, forgive me my disrespect.
If any of us here need beg forgiveness, Captain, surely it is me. Yet you offered your time to my selfish demands. For that, I thank you.
I do not deserve your praise. Clearly, you stand ready to defend yourself, with or without the aid of knights.
Well,
such as
considering I didn't know who
allow
you
me
were
to
up
offer
until
you my signature.
5 minutes ago.
But I ask you pass on this message to Theo Clemrath. Our fair princess no longer requires your protection. You are free from your cells solely to serve crown and country.
I shall convey to him just such. You have my gratitude.
Waste no thanks on me when your battle at last reaches its end. I will see this incident brought to the attention of the kingdom.
I expect you shall, Captain. And I will be
I wonder
with
if you get
when the time
Leticia
comes.
Theo ending, if it shows the aftermath of that. And it's so unfortunate we don't get to see individual character endings.
We now have all the signatures we require. Best visit Cousin Theo.
I want to see if this guy's still here. Or if he's only here for that cutscene. Oh, here he is.
Please present the orders to Theo Clemrath. I pray this conveys my sincerest of intentions.
I also wonder, does he exist here? Again, on Raymond's route, does he exist? Or does he exist here if I did not try to recruit Theo? Not, again, it's not that it's a big deal. It's not that I really care, but... Oh, wait. Wait, I saw it. Here he is. Oh, okay. That's kind of neat. It took a bit longer than I thought, but at least we got some story out of it, so that's good.
Stubborn, aren't you? I gave you my answer, did I not? No matter how many...
Today, I come not with requests, but with orders.
orders.
Orders issued by King Osarius, with terms ratified by Director Melthea and Captains Bertrand and Gertel. Orders for Theo Clemrath. You are to answer to the demands of Leticia Osarius, and devote yourself to the defense of this planet.
What?
Those you once betrayed now call on you not to waste away here, but
Why
to
is the
rise
music all-
and serve the greater good. What say you?
Suspicious.
Come, Letty. You can't be serious. This surely is no time for such jest.
I would have you know, Captain Gertel does not offer his signature lightly. You nor your father are forgiven, but a shred of faith yet remains that you may yet serve this kingdom. Theo!
I'm surprised Albert hasn't said
You hope
anything.
to repent by staring at the floor beneath your feet, waiting for someone to release you from your sins?
Letty,
Your redemption lies not between walls. Those you have crossed demand that your penance not be made in a cell, but in service to your kingdom. Myself among them.
I see. Yes. Yes. Well, in that case, I suppose no honorable, decent man could see such trust wasted. Very well, then. On my very life, I swear my allegiance to my nation and you, Princess Leticia Osarius.
May your service aid us in our efforts, Theo Clemrath. Now then. Let us be off, cousin.
At your lead. I am ever in your service, Letty.
Again, Albert didn't say anything.
Letty, may we visit the throne room so I might thank my lord uncle, the king?
No, you may not thank him.
Take care of the boy, if you would, Princess Leticia.
Her Highness makes for the...
How does this guy get out? That's what I really don't understand. I might as well just walk back. Like, between JJ and Theo, like, I like Theo more, but I like JJ because he also adds more diversity to the cast, because I think in a Star Ocean game, I've said this before, when the majority of the characters all come from the same planet, it's a little bit less exciting, so it's nice to have someone else who's beyond the stars from another society. But at the same time, Theo has so much more plot relevance. He's with you for so much longer. So it just makes more sense to have him.
Best get some rest once all matters are attended to.
What if I just never thank the king? Just keep Theo. Oh, he's already here, never mind. Didn't mean to bowl you over there, Theo.
Lord Uncle, Your Majesty, I offer my deepest gratitude. By my very life, I promise to serve and protect Princess Leticia.
Acknowledged. I imagine you will set off with a heavy heart. But know this, your journey with Leticia is by royal decree. Go, and see your actions befit your position as our envoy to the world above.
My lord, I shall return with naught but good news.
I eagerly await that day. You will always have a home.
You happy now, Theo? Okay, let's actually, like, spend points on his skill tree. I'm excited to use him. Look at that showboaty pose of his. Level 57. Oh gosh, game, come on, don't freeze on me here. Oh my gosh, okay. Oh, okay, interesting. All his attacks are kind of on this side of the screen. Oh, hey, Risuke, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for coming by. This is, Theo. He is a character you only get on Leticia's route in this story, and that's why we're playing our second playthrough here. And I hope he's fun to play as. Again, I like his design. His character and role in the story is a little bit iffy to me just because of the way they wrote it. Wait, what happens when the mightiest spear and shield clash? Theo wins always. Interesting description. How do I want to get to this one? It doesn't really need intelligence, so I'm gonna go this way. Armand, thank you so much for the stretch. I appreciate it. Yeah, I literally just got Theo, like, now, so this will be my first time playing as him, which I'm excited because he does look fun, just from seeing the computer play as him. Oh, he only has that many skills? I mean, he probably has more skills than... JJ, right? Oh, my stretch animation? I've had it for 1 month, 2 months now? I don't remember. It's somewhere between 1 month and 2 months. Wait, what's this? Evil Dragon Buster summons a dragon bound by a blood pact? Oh, he like shoots forward like a dragon made of energy. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna hide my VTuber so you can see these animations. This one's Evil Dragon Buster. Kinda cool. And then Enlightened Prominence. X-Scale. Okay, he actually has like a fair amount of ranged attacks. Oh hey Lork, welcome back to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Okay, that's cool. He looks fun to play as. Yeah, he has all these animations. The only one we've ever seen the computer use is his spinning one, which I think might be Bloodstorm Revolution if it's the same as Aramat's. Actually, let's check it now. Okay, so that one, these are attacks he already had. He has way more attacks than JJ. Is it this one? Spiral Destroyer, okay. Spins his spear with blinding speed. Is this one? Devilish Wolf Smash. Oh, that's the same as that one. And oh, this is just the same one in a different order. Okay. Okay, that's cool. Okay. I'm excited to play as him. I might even just drop Leticia and use him. Because I want to keep, like, Albert and Nina and Midas. I hope he's actually good. If he's slow, though, I'm gonna be very mad. I mean, JJ was kind of slow, but... Yeah, it's a bit disappointing he's locked behind so much of the story, right? Considering how early we meet him in the game, we don't even get to play as him until now. I think I should have enough points to get all his skills. It's too bad we won't be able to use him for a little bit because there's going to be a bunch of cutscenes before we get to the Scorpion vessel. So he's joining us right now, which is right before we leave for space. Right before we get JJ as a temporary party member. So that means we're going to have both Theo and JJ in the party simultaneously for a little bit. And then... So to get JJ, we have to go through the Scorpion vessel and then pair PM, and then you get JJ. So you get Theo a little bit earlier then. Am I gonna fill out most of his chart already? We still might get some JJ Duma dialogue, maybe. I doubt we'll get Theo JJ dialogue though, which is... I mean, I guess they wouldn't really have anything to talk about, but still. At least his skill tree is easy to navigate. I think I'll skip all the intelligence nodes I don't need. You don't need to be intelligent, right, Theo? He only has like 3 extra intelligence nodes at this point. Okay, now here's the hard part, figuring out how we're gonna do his chain combos. Okay, so I might keep these two, just because this is like the default. How much is... Oh, this one's 2 AP. Okay, so these ones are all 1 AP. Spiral Destroyer, I feel like that's a good finisher. See, like some of these texts have, or some of these attacks have cool flavor text, and some of them have pretty standard flavor text. Like, sends the enemy flying with 3 viciously brutal attacks, or after a series of thrusts, he pulls the enemy in. You choose how the nightmare continues. And then you have, like, this one. What happens when the mightiest spear and shield clash? Theo wins always. Like, some of them have such cooler flavor text than the others. Like, I think I'm gonna do, like, so this one's gonna be like a ranged combo. So... These two pull enemies in. So this one's like a good ranged attack. And then... I feel like this. Wait, no, this is a mid-range attack. These are long-range attacks. Okay, let's do the Evil Dragon Buster, and then double X Scale. I don't think I like this one, so I could keep it here. Okay, Meteor Strike here as well, and then here is Spiral Destroyer. Okay. Again, I can't believe how showboaty he looks here. Okay, now we can finally go into space.
Is there aught left I can do? We should rest while we can.
Oh, hi, Lola.
Oh, Lola.
Here. That contains data on the fight between the Scorpion battleship and Lieutenant Kenny's vessel. You should be able to access it from the Vergoldian ship. I'm not sure it will help, but take it with you.
I don't get why she's not coming with us.
Lola, will you not...
Oh, they're gonna explain now.
Will you not come with us?
No, I cannot. I need to remain here. Make sure no one from Osirius or Vale misuses the Tyrannus. Just in case. It was also decided I'd be helping Captain Bertrand with the post-war recovery efforts.
You have my thanks. Lola?
I'm sorry. I know that I have no right to ask you to help them. But...
You mean Volange and Gaston, yes?
I beg of you.
I cannot make such a promise. However, I can tell you that I do not wish to see another life lost needlessly. Please, put your faith not in me, but in them.
Thank you. Princess, your friends await you in the palace courtyard.
Oh, okay. I didn't see her actually sleep.
Everyone waits in the courtyard.
So that was her waking up and seeing Lola. I thought that was seeing Lola just before she went to bed. Yes, putting faith in Gaston and Volange. That's a good plan.
It looks as if all are present.
We've been waiting for you. Everyone is ready to depart.
Leticia, you ready to roll on your end?
Ray? Yes, we have assembled everyone.
All right, I'll initiate the transfer. Get somewhere you won't be seen.
Yeah, let's do it in the middle of this courtyard.
So, now
where everyone can
all we
see
do
us.
is wait?
I believe so.
So now does the cutscene just play the same one? I'm guessing? Once we get past the loading screen. Gee, recruiting Theo took so much longer than I thought. I thought we'd be able to get to JJ today, but I don't think that'll be the case. So this cutscene might have like one piece of extra different dialogue.
Welcome to my humble abode, Your
since
Highness.
Theo's here.
Ray, this is your ship?
Not so different from the Tyrannus, huh?
But it is so different. There are so many lights.
Ah, well, this ship is up and running, I guess. Antonio, I give you Princess Leticia.
No need to farm scorpium chips for Theo.
I am Leticia Asterius.
Thank goodness.
Thank you, once again.
A pleasure, Princess. I'm Antonio. Raymond, you've been traveling with such a stunning beauty this whole time?
Oh, well...
All right, everyone. Let's make for the bridge. We'll be taking off soon.
Okay, Theo, from here on, you don't get speaking lines because you're a optional party member, therefore less important.
Ray.
Hey, did my brother behave on your tour? Antonio is much more of a gentleman than you.
Aw, thank you. So, what do you think of the Aldous?
How should I put it?
It's incredible! Every last bit of it! Nothing short of incredible!
Every aspect of life here is like another world. No, another dimension. It's all so astounding. I don't know where to begin.
Let me say this. Preventing him from wandering off whenever I look elsewhere is proving quite a difficult task.
Everything is so new to the eye that I'm as nervous as my first day on a boat at sea. More so, in fact.
Well, I'm glad he actually got dialogue here.
What a monstrous situation.
I know full well that this journey will be difficult, but it is quite thrilling to think I will experience what was spoken of in Larkus for myself.
Glad to hear it. You're welcome to wander and check everything out at your leisure. Any questions? Feel free to ask Antonio or myself. On that note, Chloe?
Yes, Captain.
If you hear a voice come out of that, do what it asks, okay?
Yes, understood.
We've prepared rooms for each of you in the living quarters. Rest up as much as you can until we rendezvous with the Vela Gulf.
Never thought I'd actually sail the Star Ocean. I get the feeling that my experience as a knight of the sea won't be of much use here. So we're headed into what I guess could be called a naval battle. A naval battle amidst the stars. I can scarcely imagine what sights I'll see.
Oh yeah, so I also forgot to look up his vatting move. Here, I'll hide my VTuber so we can actually see it. So here's his vatting move. Self-taught free-for-all. It's an AoE. So I was kind of hoping he'd have a single target one, but I guess only JJ has a single target one, which is why his was so strong. Self-taught free-for-all does not sound like a very intimidating move, though. It does look nice. And then his VA attack is just called Piercing Justice.
Would rather
I can't see my own cool attacks when Midas is in the party.
Integration awaits you, as does peace without end. As will you all. Humans fight each other as well, do they not?
What you reap here is not
can't tell which one's Midas' spells and which one's his attacks. Okay, that dragon attack is kind of cool. But having Midas is really good for boss fights, I have to say. Oh my gosh, this new Nina AI is so much better than before. They recently patched Nina's AI so that she's actually stronger. Oh, I have an S3 cage on, I didn't even realize that. Nina actually heals now. Hey Lork, welcome to the stream. Ow.
Chance of survival dropping.
Thank you, Nina. At least I have ranged attack, that's kind of cool. Ow. Heal me. Heal me as we dance around Nina. Holdor. I should get out of that.
My salvation will be at mine own hand. Not your self-love.
Hey Theo, how are you enjoying your foray into space?
Damn, if we had gone straight to the Empire, you may very well have ended up as one of the Scorpion, Letty.
Okay, good talk. Good talk.
It would seem our defense of this district was successful.
Yes, but the fighting at the plant is still raging. Many there have yet to undergo integration and are still wholly organic.
We have to go help the inhabitants of Parapium. I cannot let the Astoria's crimes go unchecked any longer.
Even if it means facing your
Wait, what's wrong with Theo?
And superiors,
His
Maria.
cloth is just floating in the air.
Albert, thank you.
His like
You have
loincloth
opened my
thing is
eyes.
just floating in the air in the
I am now
background.
prepared to fight. Any doubts are gone now. After seeing all this, it's clear that Captain Bennett is in the wrong.
It looks like a flatworm.
Precisely.
It's got a mind of its own.
The Aegis needs to be avenged as well. Marielle, is it cool if I introduce Astoria's captain to my fist?
Of course. JJ, may I ask you to guide us there?
Gladly. It pains me that you have all been drawn into this unfortunate conflict. The plant is vast, so I expect our opponents will be many. Make sure to prepare accordingly.
Make yourself
do any more crap in my ears.
Theo's pretty fun to play as. I feel like he's like Raymond, but maybe slightly slower. He's still pretty tanky and he's still pretty strong. Maybe slightly stronger, but I can't tell if that's just because he's a higher level. Oh, Albert is dead. Nina's improved AI after this patch is really good. Like, if I die to a bunch of random enemies, she's actually pretty good at reviving people on her own. I don't have to do it. Ow!
Spoken like a real infomercial scuzzball. Consider this payback for what you did to the East.
She even heals herself.
Oh, Marielle. If only you had undergone integration, you could have joined the Astorian
Your mind! I would rather die than end up like you!
That's great. Here ends the Kenny family line. Are you not Scorpion, you brute? Why did you...
Although I don't like how the Spiral Destroyer attack, if you whiff it, you just kind of stand there, unable to do anything and cancel out of it. Having Midas is such a boon against boss fights though. I'm glad I'm using him, but also, like, I can't see a dang thing. His spells going everywhere. He's really powerful. Now that I actually taught him the right spells.
Without the Astoria, huh? Seems like you've mistaken the power of the ship for your own. Your cognitive function stuck on the loading screen bolts for brains?
I didn't even notice all the insults Raymond's hurling during this fight. They're pretty good.
This can't be happening.
Okay, so JJ is not inside that building where he had the side quest for Raymond's path. So I was so confused I had to come looking for him. Wonder what he says.
Forgive me. I regret that I cannot accompany you. But I will repay you someday for saving the evacuees.
See, again, there's really no reason for him to not
I regret that I
come with us. At all. Oh well. Like, Theo hasn't said a single thing in any cutscene since coming on the Aldous. He's probably gonna say something for the final boss fight, but after JJ we recruited him, he at least spoke up in a couple of the cutscenes here and there, from here until the end. Maybe Theo just speaks up in place of him, I don't know. Again, it really feels silly that they're both, like, exclusive to the routes. But at least Theo's more fun to play, but I do like Raymond's route much more than Leticia's route, so it's a little bit of a give and take. Oh well.
I'm glad Curtis and his crew are safe. Though he does have a look of a man who's been to hell and back.
Ant, we're heading to the surface. Once we're there, I want you to move away from Verdness.
No need to tell me that. You think I'm gonna hang out here staring down a couple of battleships?
Ray.
Sorry, but I'm gonna need your help.
You need not have asked.
Exactly. If it's a fight to save your home, then of course we're going to go.
Indeed. Any battle of yours is a battle of ours.
My agreement to maintain Elena is still in effect.
Well, I have to start repaying my debts sometime.
Thanks, guys.
Oh, Theo actually spoke.
Alright then. Let's do this!
The time now comes when I might be of help to Ray and his home. Best make for the transfer chamber once I am ready.
Would rather have avoided.
Truth be told.
Oh no, I didn't mean to do that there. Press the wrong button. He's out of range. Dang it.
Thus, I would like to ask that you all join me in celebrating my coronation. Boldor, dispatch of these gifts.
It shall be done, Your Excellency.
Dropped my AP a lot. Keep chasing me. Stay right there.
Your son Gerard will be
Great. One who a southern scorpion would never understand.
Get out, get out, get out.
As a knight, I have but one succor to offer you. I will release you from this madness.
it, I was trying to blindside him.
When confronted by it. You will understand in due time.
You think I want to know what it's like to be like that? I will
He teleported.
That's
not fair.
Protecting my friends.
Positional tactics ineffective.
Positional tactics ineffective. Is he like immune to blindside right now or something? We're still kicking his butt though. I should have blindsided him, come on. Oh, dang it, no, I hate it when I whiff this attack. Albert, that attack is so scary looking. I keep thinking it's an enemy attack.
That looks juicy, you know. It really shows off the colors of rot that infest the Federation.
The gold will soon become a member of the Centralist cause.
Where'd you go?
The day when you will come to understand the glory of my ability is not far.
I will never permit that to happen!
You'll have to do more than pay lip service to your ideas.
Energy levels low.
Gosh. Again, I feel this fight is awful for the lag. Every time he teleports, it just lags like heck.
The righteous will always prevail.
Albert, why'd you run back into that?
To continue combat.
He just killed you with that and then you ran back into it. It's like impossible to blindside him. He just keeps spinning. Mia, please don't stand in that. Why does he get a VA gauge? I know he's Scorpion, but he doesn't have a Duma. Well, he has like 2 floating things. Ow, that really hurt. It's kind of weird that the VA gauge just acts as an armor gauge for him, really. That's not how it works for us.
Actually be a good thing. If we defeat him here, it will invalidate the concept of a Scorpion network with a leader.
We need to defeat him either way. The mockery of the Federation and my family.
I wonder if I can one-shot him once his armor is gone. JJ was strong enough, that's because I was buffing his batting attack.
Unable to continue combat. Positional tactics ineffective. Positional tactics ineffective. Chance of survival dropping. Destroy.
I could really get used to this.
Oh yeah, dodge.
Acceleration. Threat neutralized.
Where is he? Going after Midas. Oh no, he's got him. Midas is dead. That attack is like a one-shot if they don't dodge it. Computers don't dodge. At least Nina's on top of healing, look at that.
Just try to keep up.
Oh, how did I blind? Oh, he blindsided us. Well, that's so not fair. I didn't realize he could do that. Oh, his armor is like almost gone. Ow! Okay, okay, we got him. Oh, I missed! I jumped over his body! Oh, I ran out of AP! No! If only Midas actually hit him with a powerful spell at that point. Dang, JJ's batting was so much better. If only Theo's last hit didn't hop over him. He should have distanced us better.
The more you resist, the more you suffer!
Maybe I should spend some AP on upgrading Theo's batting attack. Especially since we're gonna have to fight Remington again in the final dungeon. I can't blindside him though, it's so hard.
Acceleration. Positional tactics ineffective.
I like how you can tell which one's him just because he's still on fire. Nina! You. Dodge out of that, Theo. Oh no, I shouldn't have used the fresh sage on Albert. Nina was already on top of it. Your AI is really smart now. I mean, I guess it's wrong to say it's smart. It's just she prioritizes healing above all else now, which is how she should have been. But, you know, it would have been nice if they just gave us rolls like Star Ocean 5. See, how did he blindside me? Ow, can you please just let me move? I like it when when he goes for me and I dodge that attack though, because then it means that Nina can go into your healing without worrying about people. Oh, Malkia gained a level in the middle of the battle.
Batting at
The righteous will always prevail! A trivial ailment!
Keep forgetting I have ranged attacks too. Ow! Ow! That really hurt! Again, the problem with Nina is that she has to be in melee range to heal. Please don't hit me, please don't hit me, please don't hit me. Oh, she saved us! Nina gathered us together. Oh no, Midas is... Okay, I'm gonna wait for Nina to bring them back before I hit Remington again. No, go for me, you idiot. Don't go for Nina. Damn it! I want everyone to be alive when he goes into guard break, so we just all out attack him. Oh, I don't think I put enough distance. Oh, I did it!
Sovereign!
had no word from Welch for quite some time now. I wonder if she happened upon the other ring she sought after. I am not sure I can stand to not know the answer. Perhaps a visit to Delric is in order.
Oh, so that's when the last Welch event activates. Okay.
T-minus 30 to Actor 4.
Your Highness.
Fret not. It was but the thought of our journey's end.
Perhaps a stroll would put one's mind at ease. May well be our last chance to share words with our companions.
Oh.
Yes, well, that is a most excellent idea.
Start with you.
Maester Midas, whatever are you doing?
I'm musing over the Scorpium.
Come again?
I've come across a wealth of experiences I'd never dreamed of.
I'm assuming most of these conversations go the same as with Raymond.
There is much I wish to convey to Malthea and Marcus upon our return.
Yeah, it's more or less the same.
Well, that is wonderful. Dr. Eason and Director Malthea will certainly be
I guess Leticia's
pleased.
responses will be different.
My voluminous words will never truly convey to them the smell in the air aboard this vessel, nor the texture and tastes of our journey. I can't explain
You haven't
the
even been
sensation
journeying
of
in space
my
for that
weight on
long.
the surface of strange planets for the first
You've
time.
only been to Parapeum and Vergold,
Yes.
and otherwise just spent the rest of the time on the ship.
We humans are social creatures.
I mean, at least it's still...
At our root, we live through
It's still
and
an eye-opening
thanks to
experience,
our
but...
connections with others. That set me thinking. The Scorpium seek to guide evolution, and they share their society's wisdom with all who join them. Perhaps they forge the path that all humanoids must one day inevitably tread.
Be that as it may, Maester Midas, do we humanoids need not still build for one another the road which one day leads us there?
I needn't be reminded, but the matter itself is now known to me. It has taken root and will occupy my mind for the rest of my days. And what wonderful days they will be.
I find myself picturing Lady Malkia far from amused at how troublesome you might be.
If I wasn't, then I would no longer be me, correct?
Sorry, I didn't mean to bump into you, Albert.
I am afraid our time here grows short. Make sure to spend the remaining moments with everyone in a manner that leaves nothing to regret.
Oh, do you not have a conversation for me? These two not have conversations for me? I'd probably have to come back here at the end. Or I guess at the end, Raymond came back and talked to Albert and Leticia, so I had to come back and talk to Raymond and Elena.
I inquired of Raymond to determine if we might sail the Fulga through the Ocean of Stars.
Aboard the Fulga? And what was his response?
Without a moment of contemplation, he told me space held no air, as though it were as obvious as the color of the sky itself. For many years I have studied semiomancy alongside Midas and the other maesters, sharing in all the knowledge of our world. Yet, I now realize we know absolutely nothing of space.
And is there no consolation in knowing now what you have yet to learn?
I find no consolation in self-deceit. We must acknowledge that it shall be no simple feat to ever set course for their worlds ourselves.
Wait, that's the end of the conversation? I feel like there should have been more to that. Theo. This will be a new conversation.
Is something on your mind, cousin? What could cause you to respire so?
My thoughts were of Boldor. I keep wondering if I might have done more. Somehow convinced him down a path which, in the end, might have saved him.
Perhaps.
In truth, I am plagued by regret. What I seek and that which I bring about never seem to coincide.
I lament the same myself.
Like how they're talking. There's all these people just working.
Then I look at men such as Bennett
around them.
and Remington. These men are capable of sailing through the stars themselves, yet still they are susceptible of falling astray at the slightest mishap.
I wouldn't say
There
slightest
seems to be
mishap.
no world in which we are guaranteed to accomplish.
They made a
that
pretty
which
big
we set
mishap
out
for
to.
15 years.
Perhaps the story of our kind is built by those who tried and failed, but persevered nonetheless. What we deem failure at present may one day be seen a crucial step toward a greater good. We might say the same of the Scorpium.
Perhaps so. That means we must push through and live on, so that one day we can stand tall and proud.
Oh, I didn't mean to scan.
I am by no means trying to affirm my mistakes, but I am happy to have found some salvation in all of this.
How much longer until our return to Aster?
Just about there now. I'm sorry about the Emperor.
Indeed.
I don't think I could say this in front of Albert or the others, but I feel like he wasn't a bad person.
It's quite all right, Chloe. I am in agreement.
Well, this conversation's different.
I'm sure Prince Gerard, Emperor Gerard now, I guess. This news will be very difficult for him.
We must accept the Emperor's fate if the Empire and my kingdom are to move toward peace. Chloe?
Yes?
I must confide. I find myself wishing you Osarian, like me.
I'm very flattered and honored by your words. But I have a feeling perhaps we wouldn't have wound up as good as friends if that were true.
Right. Well put. Mayhaps things are best as they are.
I agree.
Hey, welcome back to the stream.
Might I inquire now what it was that Luca meant earlier?
So, Leticia, you're royalty, right?
Oh, she's gonna explain the whole
Which means
protectorate
you're one of
thing.
the recognized representatives for a major percentage of Aster 4's population, yes? And Midas and Nina, they're some of the greatest minds the planet has to offer.
What about
Whenever
Malkia?
such people of your caliber come into contact with Federation technology, their native planet gets registered as a protectorate.
And a protectorate is...
There are ramifications, but there is one in particular that Ray's concerned about.
Oh, nothing.
Okay, registering a planet as a Federation protectorate is almost like a public proclamation. That they are laying future claim to the planet, as a Virguldian, and also as someone who witnessed all the controversy here. It's hard for him to accept that.
I confess I am also uncertain how to respond.
If we're being frank, I don't think the Federation in its current state is in any position to register Aster 4 as a protectorate. I just have one concern.
Concern?
As long as I remain military personnel, making Aster 4 a protectorate is the only way I'd ever be able to see any of you again.
Oh, that is a grave concern indeed.
It truly is.
Like, the conversation just ends there? Again, it doesn't feel like it should just end there.
It's been an adventure of a lifetime. But it's almost over now, huh?
The journey, yes, but not the lessons we might glean from it.
Some of it's still pretty hard to digest. And we've definitely had more than our share of trouble and all, but Well, I don't know. I really wish we could have stayed longer and traveled more with them. Don't you think so, Leticia? Leticia?
Yes. Yes. I quite agree. If only ever so slightly longer.
That was a really short conversation. Wait, so how come only like Midas and Malchus were like the same conversations? Everyone else seemed to have different ones. I guess they couldn't think of anything.
Seems our time together draws to an end.
All journeys reach an end. Doesn't mean it's the end, though. Right?
Indeed. I can assure you, we don't want to lose contact with any of you after today. Speaking of the future, though, what exactly do you plan to do now, Duma? You were meant to assess the people of Vergold for Scorpium compatibility, yes?
I am contemplating the endeavor to normalize Scorpium integration.
Normalize Scorpium integration? Should I take that to mean moving away from invasive assimilation to focus on what were your prior methods then?
You are correct, though we expect that alone will be insufficient. Contact with the Pan-Galactic Federation served as a catalyst in the Scorpium schism. However, it is now obviously apparent that Scorpium ideology has always been susceptible to such dangers.
It was always at risk of taking a more aggressive route, then?
Indisputable. Armed with that information, we must learn from our failures and seek out new methods by which to further our evolution. This perspective should be shared with the network.
Sounds a lot better than the Centralists, that's for sure. But how's one little probe supposed to influence the whole network?
Astute observation. I am but an investigative life form, unable to intervene in non-mission critical duties.
Yet, little Duma, you did just that by aiding us on our journey, did you not?
It was your actions that prompted me to do so.
What actions?
Your efforts to rescue the android Elena from the crash site at Galka Shrine triggered my protocols. Had you acted differently, my investigation directive would have persisted. Communication between us would have remained at minimum levels. In past surveys of worlds co-inhabited by organic and non-organic life forms, use of non-organics as tools by organic life forms has been quite typical. However, you treat Elena's life as equal to your own, sparing no thought to her nature. In your interactions, I detected new possibilities for future coexistence. My aid was offered in an effort to further investigate future options suggested by your actions. Additionally, influenced by the interactions they witnessed between Raymond and Elena, Leticia and the people of Aster 4 naturally accepted the android as an equal being, working alongside Elena as they would any other fellow humanoid. This is an astounding occurrence.
I really do like Duma's design. I like the way it spins and like there's the inner and the outer claw rings, and they can spin in opposite directions and do emotes like this.
But I am grateful to all of you.
It's just too bad that
that's all just
they
common
didn't use
sense
Duma
for
very well in the
Vergoldians.
plot.
Likewise, it seemed only natural.
That's all the turning
for us.
little
The
things
greatest
inside
hope for the future of
the
Scorpion
orb of Duma,
is in
and that
finding
emote too.
more who share such a mentality.
And you will strive to foster such thought.
Yeah, very few people in
Is
Aster
that
4
right?
actually knew Elena was an android, so it's not like we saw that
Perhaps
cohabit
you have already experienced
habitation
some form
very
of
well.
personal evolution yourself, then.
Personal evolution.
Yeah, I don't doubt it, little Duma. You've been through way too much not to be left a little wiser for it. You know, I'd say this whole adventure taught us all a thing or two.
Indeed.
Good.
Well, I'm gonna make my way to the bridge.
We didn't get a
then.
scene with Albert.
I shall see you there. Perhaps I have said all there is left to say. Best make my way. I am grateful to have had the time to speak with everyone one final time. Perhaps I should now make for the bridge.
She like cut herself off to say the same thing again. Okay, so we're only going to do private actions with Theo, because he's new, and I'm assuming a lot of the private actions with characters like Midas and Malkia, etc. are probably exactly the same as Raymond's, with different responses from Leticia. And then we'll also do Albert's private actions because I want his ending, but first we'll do Theo's. I wasn't expecting him to be standing with Marielle, but I guess we'll see.
Oh, hello, Leticia.
What an unlikely pair you make, if I do say so myself.
No, not as unlikely as you think.
That is true. To our surprise, we have something in common.
You've never talked to each other.
Really? What could that be?
How do I put this, Letty? Well, we both have illustrious relatives and are tied to the domain in which they excel.
Actually, that's a fair point.
Illustrious relatives?
Yes, well, I have always stood in my father's shadow. And the same with Marielle and her heroic grandfather. Because a parent demonstrated prowess, we are burdened with unrealistic expectations, or treated as a means of connection.
Exactly right. And another thing.
Can those NPCs in the background stop
blamed
talking?
for things that aren't your fault.
So very true. And also, there are many in the Corps who desire anything that may belong to my father. They have some superstition that his triumphs as a general will bring them luck. I have received all manner of strange requests, such as a copy of a document with his signature on it.
Ah, you mean an autograph? Yes, I've had that too. I could never refuse. At one point, I was even forced to bring home a stack of empty cards.
Oh? And how did that turn out?
Well, my grandfather enjoyed it, especially for the lady officers.
Emerson.
He drew pictures and wrote with colored pens. My grandmother was too embarrassed to write almost anything, so she struggled with it.
Anne.
Oh, you two seem to be enjoying yourselves, so I will let you be.
That's as good a reason as any to whip up a nice meal.
Peace can be achieved through unity of understanding. That much you have proven. We have no need for this literal unification of minds they call for. What a strong and capable woman you have become.
Theo?
Apologies, merely airing my frank impressions. As a cousin, as a childhood friend, I am proud.
Praise too high, and it shall be nigh impossible for me to accept. What brought that on?
Well, I was struck by memories. I recall when you were but a small girl all those many years ago.
In my childhood?
No, not quite. I was referring to the Letty of yesteryear, still struggling with the onset of adulthood.
Since I was a child, you have always been present, ever capable and full of knowledge. As such, I came to rely on you, so much so that perhaps I matured bereft of self-confidence. Seeing my uselessness when relations with the Empire deteriorated, I felt despondent.
Thus you set out on the journey with Albie?
Yes. Perhaps I felt I had something to prove. Even then, I felt painfully aware of my own inadequacies. But knowing it was something I chose of my own will, I forced my foot forward. And I encountered things I would never have seen if I remained in the palace.
To think the sea of stars would be one such thing. Who could have imagined that?
If, as you say, I have in fact become a strong and capable person. It is thanks to you, Albert, and Ray, and to countless others I have met on the course of my journey. Of that I am quite sure.
Being capable of spilling such words is proof enough of your growth and accomplishments.
Your praise of me is certainly incessant. What are you looking to say exactly?
Never you mind. I was merely convincing myself that I too must change, for I wish to remain one that you can look up to. The end of this conflict is approaching, most likely. Let us bear down just one last time.
Yes, indeed. Let us be off.
I want you to look up to me, even though I tried to kill you. And your father. But again, I feel like Theo and JJ don't have very many private actions, despite having a very short window of time when they're with your party, so it must be harder for you to get their endings unless you mistreat everyone else or you feed them a lot of love potions, so guess we'll see. Theo better have a... Oh, this guy actually has a screen here. This Gerthel guy, who's only on Theo's route. Huh.
I say, you've become considerably stronger than you were in years past, Albie. You find ample opportunity to train on your journey with Letty?
Yes, and I do not intend to fall short of you.
Listen to that confidence. Then how about we bring this to Letty?
I'm standing right here.
I asked, if you and I were to have a match right now, who'd be the victor? Well?
I accept. A fine challenge. Your Highness, I ask for your fair judgment.
Very well. Understood. In that case...
Well, I want Albert's ending, so... I myself. I kind of want to say that, but I also want to make Albert like me.
Albert, as he is now, would win.
Huh. Really now?
Indeed. I have been observing his dedicated efforts firsthand. Underestimate him, and you will find yourself badly bruised.
Thank you, Your Highness. I shall continue in my efforts.
Then I, too, must keep up my training, so that I might teach Albie a little humility.
Cousin Theo, how your soldiers revere you.
Does it appear as such? I suppose I'm not thought of poorly.
I can clearly see that you care for your men. The trust they pay you in return speaks volumes.
That has seldom occurred to me. Then again, since I was a soldier, Father has often hammered it into me that I must do whatever it takes to take care of my subordinates.
Lord Uncle said that?
Surprised?
Oh, forgive me.
No need. It is surprising, I'm sure. Although I do enjoy a rather carefree existence in comparison to you, Letty.
To me?
Why, each and every citizen of Osarius is an underling of yours, are they not?
Are you suggesting I think myself above the citizenry?
Well, you stand above them, after all. To them, it is much so.
I see. Is it really?
Letty, what I am trying to impart is that you must take care of all your subjects properly. In return, they will honor you with their trust and loyalty.
How I hope that will be true.
Now is the time to fight as one. Let us vow to rout the enemy at sea and protect our people.
Well, this one's a cutscene.
What, pray tell, are the both of you doing here?
Ah, Letty has graced us with her presence. Come, look at the scratches on this pillar.
Theo and I were observing this. How it brings me back.
Ah, these are height markings, yes? From when we used to compare our heights together when we were children.
Correct. How long ago was it? We three used to almost scrabble atop each other, scratching our heights, frantic to grow taller than the other.
It is hard and humbling to believe that we were all once so small.
But the markings seem to end rather abruptly.
I feel like Theo's getting more private actions than JJ.
Come now. Do you not recall?
Me? Your words seem to suggest it was somehow my doing?
It was, Your Highness. One day, you became frustrated by
Look
your
at the
lack
difference
of
between those
progress
three
and
heights, though.
declared it most unfair that Theo and I had been growing faster.
Oh, did I truly say such a thing?
You were but a child. It is most understandable.
Although it took us quite an effort to get you in good humor again.
Oh, even at such an age, I should have been ever so slightly more mature.
I heartedly agree. So, tell me, have you matured?
Well, Her Highness's strong spirit certainly endures. In a good way.
Do you mind, both of you?
That's cute.
You worry over the people, I'm sure. But we stand the only ones able to put an end to this. Let us bring the fight to Baldur himself.
Aha, so he does have a private action here.
In reconciliation for my actions against it, my brother would see me serve the kingdom now. May his soft heart not be his downfall.
You worry over the people, I'm sure. But we stand the only
I thought you had a
able to
private
put an
action
end
in
to
here.
this. Let us bring the
With your
fight
father.
to
You
Baldur
just
himself.
You're just standing here. Okay, never mind. I got excited for no reason. Aha, that's where you are.
Well met, Letty. Care for a drink?
I have not yet reached the proper
He has so many more
age.
private actions than JJ.
Why come
Also,
to the
his
tavern
emotes
then?
bugged out for a second there.
Cousin Theo, do you still recall your first ever drink?
That I do.
Please pull yourself
It was the
together.
day Father
just
recognized
proposed to
me
the
as an
other day.
adult. I could hardly forget.
With Lord Uncle?
It was my birthday. We shared drinks long into the night. The father appeared to have been eagerly anticipating that day. As I remember, he looked particularly happy. He said, I have long set aside a special brew just for this occasion. In truth, I was certainly too young to know the pleasures of drinking. And so I cannot really recall the flavor of that brew, which I suppose was something highly magnificent. However, I shall always remember Father's expression on that day.
Would you please pull yourself together?
To think
You
that
just
drinking
proposed to me
can
the
leave
other
such
day.
deep and profound memories within oneself. When the time comes for my first drink,
Oh, I would like you and Albert to join me, celebrate with everyone, share it with my father. You and Albert.
how I would love if you and Albert would join me.
Very well then. Albie will be pleased, no doubt. I have a notion that Albie will be a different person once he discovers a good drink. That man, he is surely one to quickly turn silly.
I could
Keep forgetting how
certainly
young they all are.
imagine.
Or he may well be a weepy drinker. Oh, the anticipation is becoming hard to bear. Come, hurry now and get older.
Oh,
I'm
Cousin
aging by the
Theo,
second.
Look who is well in
Can't
his
go any faster.
cups.
Well, you two are talking again.
Theo, are there any special tactics you use when coordinating your men?
No special tactics.
I wonder,
you
is
say?
Theo and Marielle a ship in this
Wait,
game?
Why do you ask me?
They
I
probably
heard
have very
you've
minimal
had a long
interactions beyond
career
these.
And are idolized by your subordinates.
I see. Well, I cannot tell you if my experience in the Australian Navy applies to the logic of outer space. But in terms of what I think is important, one needs to display confidence, I imagine.
I see. I seem to lack that the most.
I as well. I don't necessarily have confidence per se. I merely put on appropriate airs.
Huh?
Should you lack confidence, simply give off the appearance that you are strong and most assured. If you display a commanding presence, most things tend to fall into place.
It's just for appearance. Is that really good enough?
It is perfectly fine. We all have our share of self-doubt. The point is, you must never allow that display to crumble in front of your men. If an officer is insecure, that insecurity may well be passed on to their subordinates.
I see. I have definitely plagued my crew with uncertainty.
Worry not. I too made the same initial error. When you are young, no amount of swagger will make you look reliable. Of course, it is an absolute must that you combat your anxiety through full preparation and endeavor. But if you can at least act confident, eventually you will forget that it's an act. Thus, true confidence is born.
That's actually pretty good advice.
Thank you.
Sometimes you gotta fake it till you make it, and
I
eventually
understand a
that
little
confidence
more about
becomes
what
real.
Confidence really is.
Build confidence gradually, and strength
The reverse
will
is
follow.
true. If you always make self-deprecating
That
comments
strength
too,
will then
eventually it will
bestow yet
build
more
up and become
confidence
true.
upon you. Now then, go stand before Letty and show her how confident you are. Come now. It's times like these you need to show off your acting ability.
Here, just immediately show off your confidence right now.
Show acting ability so soon. I've only just learned this.
Cousin Theo, do not tease Mario so.
Because JJ only
Please
had
do not mind him one bit, Mario.
like a private action with Midas.
I just don't have it.
Cousin Theo, why such a serious expression?
Pondering on this celestial ship, I was thinking of the differences between it and the ships I am accustomed to sailing on.
Meaning boats that travel by sea?
Yes, the conditions will differ, obviously. Space and sea are vastly different terrain, after all. But both are ships, in the end. I concluded they must share some common points to some degree. Although it is quite puzzling how celestial ships chart their course. We judge direction by the position of the stars. But these ships sail a sea of stars.
Yes, there are stars everywhere. Before us, behind us, and even below.
Very true. How could we possibly find our bearings? I was lost in admiration, knowing they can discern their desired direction amid this puzzle. And another point, boat propulsion requires wind and waves. Yet there are no waves to be found, nor is it apparent there is any wind here. Nevertheless, this ship moves on without fail.
Then, are you saying it must be propelled by a power that is beyond our understanding?
I feel we are cornered into no other conclusion. I should whittle them down with incessant pleas to steer this celestial ship for myself.
Perhaps I shall accompany you and learn the truth myself.
Well, where this world is concerned, I feel as if we could learn for a lifetime and still know naught. But as a sailor, I cannot simply let this mystery be. Before our journey ends, I must unravel some of this ship's secrets.
Where did it go?
What the hell sort of happiness comes from attacking innocent people?
It's so small and
Thor only has his own interests at heart.
Okay, so I thought I did all of Theo's private actions, but I saw on YouTube someone posted about a private action he has with Antonio. but I couldn't find it. So what I did was I came to the Aldous, and I basically talked to everyone repeatedly until they stopped having private actions. So I think you have to get through all of Antonio's private actions. So I had to go talk to Chloe and go through a bunch of her cutscenes. It's the same cutscene that played during Raymond's route, where they do that skit about Antonio and some like donut selling ship or something like that. And then I had to go to Antonio's room and see that cutscene where Chloe approaches Antonio's room and he's in there with Marielle. Then I had to come to the common area, and then Antonio was talking to Raymond, go through that conversation, and only after that did I come back and this one appeared between Theo and Antonio. So I'm putting this in the video here just because for completion's sake, and I think that should cover all of Theo's private actions.
This is the first time I've met someone who really gets it.
Here, here. I as well.
When this business is all wrapped up, be prepared to talk all night over some drinks.
Ah, a splendid idea. I shall bring over a special spirit I have hidden in my quarters.
Cousin Theo, how long have you and Antonio been such friends?
I like how Malkia is just standing there.
Time is not a necessity to bond with another.
Yeah, we just have one thing in common, but that's enough to understand each other.
Thing in common?
Oh, yeah. I never thought I'd meet someone who's really on the same page as me. The Big Brother's agony.
The Big Brother's agony?
Naturally, it's well beyond Letty.
It's of no use, Theo. Only people like you and me, born under an unlucky sky, can understand.
What in the world do you mean?
The existence of a little brother is thoroughly unfair.
Hear, hear. They witness the failures of their elder brothers, then proceed to conduct themselves skillfully and perfectly.
Does Theo have a younger brother?
I hardly think that can be true.
If he does,
Do you
maybe
not remember Letty? When I tripped hopelessly
is he thinking of like
over my
Letty and
own
Albert?
cloak directly in front of the king.
Oh, that actually happened?
Damn, you do not recall. At the time, I would have been 15, you 6, and Albie.
Okay, he's thinking
7.
of Laetitia and
The
Albert.
king presented Albie and myself with new cloaks. To mark the occasion, we decided to wear them to a royal banquet, hoping to don them before the king. What an embarrassment! I stepped on my cloak in front of his majesty and toppled over. But I could hardly complain. It was my mistake.
I forget sometimes that their age difference between him and Albert is
jerk. As soon as he saw me
quite
fall,
big.
he concealed his own cloak under a table. Thereafter, when the king asked why he was not wearing his cloak, he replied, "It is such a nice present. I must learn how to wear it before I show you." The court peppered me with, "He must be worried he'll fall over like Theo." I became a laughing stock.
Well, I'm sure Albert must have been petrified too. Afraid he would fall himself.
Nope, those rotten little brothers will always use us like stepping stones. It's just like when I bombed a test and hid it, but my dad found it. If you get a bad score, you can always study harder to improve it. But you're in deep shit for hiding your failures from me. Yeah, and after Ray saw how angry my dad had gotten, Ray, that bastard, he brought out a test he'd been hiding for days, like he just got it back that day. Then
Raven.
my dad got even more pissed at me, saying, "You better become more honest, just like Ray." And Ray just stood there smiling. And that's not even the start. Back when I entered the academy.
That's enough! I think we best drink the day away. I'm here to listen to all your stories, Antonio. Where is the liquor aboard this ship?
Yeah, we have an endless supply using the replicator. And I'll lend you my ears as well, Theo.
endless supply.
It's settled then. We're gonna drink till the sun comes up, wherever the sun is.
Yeah.
You two, be careful not to overindulge. Oh, they are already gone. It is nice to see them getting on well, I suppose.
Huh. Does he just appear back here? Oh my.
What the hell sort of happiness comes from attacking innocent people? Baldur only has his own interests at heart.
It's kind of nice again to see Theo interacting with other characters, because this Star Ocean definitely has a distinct lack of private actions between party members other than Raymond and Leticia. But I wasn't expecting him with Antonio. I'm surprised that Theo didn't have one with Nina, because when we first met Theo, Nina seemed a little bit smitten with him. Ah well. I think that is all of Theo's private actions. If I'm missing some, then oh well. Also, I found out that Theo is voiced by Ray Chase. And again, I'm not super familiar with English voice actors, I just recognize some of their names here and there. I didn't really recognize his voice this time. It seems a little deeper than usual. Anyways, I think that is all for the Theo content, and we just have to enter the final dungeon and see. He probably has a couple lines during the cutscenes there. Alright, so that's the end of this episode. In the next stream, we're going to go through the ending of the game, and Albert's private actions, and the conclusion of Welch's story, but with Leticia this time. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye!